It is a growing abundance of scenes like these that make most Americans wonder what has happened to the Democratic Party.
For decades, Democrats have fought on behalf of the notion that anyone from any walk of life should have a fair shot at achieving their hopes and aspirations. We're the party of the American dream and America's dreamers. Democrats are the party of good trouble and si se puede. From Selma to Stonewall, we've taken to the streets for the cause.
And I want to tell you, for these members of his cabinet who remain and try to defend him, they're not going to be able to go to a restaurant. They're not going to be able to stop at a gas station. They're not going to be able to shop at a department store. The people are going to turn on them. They're going to protest. They're going to absolutely harass them until they decide that they're going to tell the president, no, I can't hang with you.
We're the party of common sense gun violence solutions.
Congressman Steve Scalise, a member of House leadership, was shot and badly wounded.
I just want to let people know that he wasn't evil, that he was, I guess, tired of some of the politics that are going on.
That's what we just heard. Perhaps he wasn't evil, just tired of the politics.
We're the party of the New Deal and the economic recovery. Because we know in our hearts that if you work hard and play by the rules, anyone ought to be able to get ahead.
A homeless woman confronted as she showed her support for Donald Trump at his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. This woman's posters showing support for Trump were ripped up, and she ended up on the ground.
We know from our history the power of ordinary people to effect extraordinary change. And we're ready to effect extraordinary change like never before.
Hey, old boy!
We are Democrats.
After 8 years of the subtle socialist mind control of the Alinskyite Barack Obama, it appears the Democratic Party has abandoned reason, accountability, and its traditional reverence for American values, and embraced socialism as their party marches forward over a cliff led by radicals like DNC Chair Tom Perez, while backing the protests of non-citizens, hijacking our rights to get their United Nations migration replacement point across.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, 28 years old, never ran for office before. Big progressive, calls herself a democratic socialist, actually, like Bernie Sanders did. She was a Bernie Sanders supporter. What's this tell you about where the Democratic Party is going today?
She represents the future of our party.
So if a government's obligation is to its own citizens, and you drop the borders and have no border enforcement at all, what would happen to this country? What would happen to the poor people in this country? Would their lives get better? Would they become more prosperous? No. This country would become poorer, dirtier, impossible to manage. It would be flooded with the poor of the world, and it would destroy our country instantly. So why would you say no borders?
Well, I mean, again, no, you got a variety of voices in the Democratic Socialists of America. We like a jazz orchestra. You got different perspectives and orientations. We all don't agree on one particular policy all the time.
Social media, under the left-wing guidance of Silicon Valley billionaires, is now regularly censoring the views of patriotic Americans, recently censoring the very document declaring our independence. The Washington Times writes, it was part of the documents in the week of America's Independence Day. The algorithms of Facebook decided that the Declaration of Independence was hate speech. The offending passage? Bill of Particulars against Britain's King George III. He has excited domestic insurrections amongst us and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of the frontiers, the merciless Indian savages, whose known rule of warfare is an undistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions. Merciless Indian savages isn't exactly PC culture, but those were different times. Of course, liberal Democrat PC culture would dictate that we all live in the past, eaten away by guilt, regret, and paranoia. Gallup recently recorded a sharp decline by liberals and Democrats when asked whether they were extremely proud to be American. The real question is, are we as Americans extremely proud of the liberal Democrats? I don't even need a poll to conclude that a resounding amount of Americans would agree that the Democrats have become a menace to the foundation of the United States, while a significant amount of Republicans carry on as if it's just business as usual. Of course, we will know the real answer in November, won't we? John Bound reporting.